In the previous video, we were able to spawn 3D object in our QR code. Now in this video, we'll solve an important problem. As we have to make our QR code on its own object, like we need to identify in which QR we'll be placing which object. So we'll be giving ID to each QR code and we'll be placing different objects to different QR code. As our object does not recognize which QR created it. For example, if I created a sphere over a QR code, it doesn't know which QR code helped to create that sphere. So this time I need to identify which QR created my 3D object. Like if I want to place an object over my QR, I'll be placing different 3D models to different QR. Let's start by creating new script and I'll name it as QR tracker, and its main task is to store QR code ID. Let's open this one. Now it's very simple. We don't have to do very much here. So what we'll do is we'll create a public string, like we'll be creating a roll number kind of thing for our QR. I'm just giving a string to QR ID, and I'll for now let's print that ID while it starts. Let's save this. Now it does only one thing, like it stores QR code text. So now what we have to do is we have to go to trackable manager. We'll not make many changes. So just go to this here and call our QR tracker, and we will get the component QR tracker. So if you want to know why I use this, it helps me to communicate with QR tracker script. So we have ID in QR tracker, but that we require ID in our trackable manager. I have provided the pathway between two scripts. So if you do get component QR tracker, so now it has access to other script name QR tracker. So you can use whatever is there. Now we can simply do tracker dot QR ID. This QR ID is in our QR tracker script. Now simply save it. And here this trackable dot marker payload string captures the what QR says. Like when I scan, it will take that name from that QR and it will save it, and we'll be using that later. So for now, you can simply understand it as it captures the QR code data. So marker payload string helps us to capture the QR code data, and we'll be showing that in just debug.log. Now simply save it and we will test it. And before testing, we need to create two QR codes, and I'll show that as well. So let's start that. I have gone to QR code generator. You can use any site which will allow you to create QR code, but you have to make sure that it should be plain text, as we are only giving ID from QR code to Unity. So we require plain text, not any other thing. add message and simply download. And generate another QR for QRB. So I'm creating it to make it easier to understand for you. You can generate it at last as well, or you can test yourself as well by following my steps. Now, after downloading both QR, go to Unity and simply go to prefabs you have created, and you can lock this one and go again to asset and go to scripts. Either you can drag QR tracker from here or use add component to add this QR tracker and save this one. Now let's start testing in virtual reality headset. And before that, make sure you unlock this inspector tab as it may generate some confusion later. Now before testing this in VR, here in our sphere prefab, it's sphere, so it will come as a sphere in both QR. So if you want to disable it, you can simply uncheck this mesh renderer and you can simply look whether it is detecting two different QR or not, or you can simply check this and it will show spare on both QR, but in our console it will show QR1 and QR2 or QRA and QRB, how we named in QR code. I want to check this QR only, so I will check this and I will make it visible later. Now I need to save this one and I'll run this in headset. You can look at one time. So this is A and this side is B. Now to make sure that whether it's so QRA or QRB, I'll go to this console and type QR. Now you can see that tracker started for QR ID QRA and QRB. So it recognized both our QR, and we'll work further in this and we will be able to place different things in different QR as now our unit is identifying both QR are different.